Not only am I going to talk to you now, but I'm also going to walk you through something, an experience, a shift. You'll not only know what's been stopping you by the end, but you'll also feel like something has changed inside you. Not only will your thoughts change, but so will the way your reality has been shaping itself around you the whole time as you've been ignoring it. And once that happens, everything else just falls into place. So here's what I want you to do for the next few minutes. Put away all other things and give this moment your full attention. You don't just need to learn what you're about to hear, you need to step into it. Let's start. Please remember a time in your life when you really wanted something to happen, but it just wouldn't. Everything you did, no matter what you did, didn't bring about the relationship, job, or chance you were thinking about, hoping for, or even obsessing over. Now think about a time when something amazing just happened without you having to do anything. You may not have even thought about it or cared that much, but all of a sudden, it happened almost like magic. Before we dive in, take a second to set yourself up for transformation. Hit that like button to lock in this energy, subscribe if you're ready for a shift, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next step. And to make this real, type, "I am ready to shift my reality" in the comments. Let's begin. Why does this take place? What makes the things we want to get seem to move farther away, while the things we don't care about seem to just flow to us? There is, however, a secret way for this to work. A huge number of people have either not paid attention to it or don't even know it exists. First, let me explain why this happens. Once you fully grasp this, I will show you a simple but effective way to start using it on purpose. You'll notice a big difference once you start using this. Things that seemed out of reach before will start to flow right toward you. Pay close attention, because this is the moment when everything changes. There is no such thing as the universe or, more precisely, your reality happening to you. There is only reality responding to you. This is where most people get stuck. Things are already the way they are. You're just waiting for them to change. Take a look. How many times did you really want something but it wouldn't come? The moment you stopped caring about it, the instant you let it go, it showed up. That's not a mistake. It's the law. The more you chase, obsess, and look for proof, the more you tell reality that you don't have it. And reality will always show you the state you're in. You don't have to give up or stop wanting it. It starts moving toward you when you stop checking for it or trying to control it. This is because you changed into a version of yourself that already has it. And then everything falls into place. It was this very thing that Neville Goddard wanted you to see. He stated, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and that assumption sustained will harden into fact." Take a moment to think about that. He didn't say hope or wish for it. He said, believe it would happen. A guess is not trying. It's knowing. You don't chase something or keep looking for signs when you think it's already yours. You just sit there and wait for it to come because in your mind, it has already. In this case, not doing anything is the key. Once you think it's done, you stop messing with it, overthinking it, doubting it, and trying to force it to happen. Things start to move after that because reality can finally change without being pushed back. You've probably noticed that things you don't care about just show up without any trouble while things you really want take a long time to get. Why? It flows when you don't care about stopping it, being attached to it, micromanaging it, or waiting for it, so you let it happen. How can you use this to get everything you've ever wanted without acting like you don't care? To be honest, you can't pretend to be detached. You can't just say, okay, I don't care anymore, because you're still checking, waiting, and hoping. That's not letting go, that's just acting like you can let go. In reality, it doesn't care what you say, it cares about how you feel. In other words, how do you do this? How can you let go without trying too hard, without trying to feel nothing, and without tricking yourself into a state you don't really believe in? Because everything changes after you understand this. I'm going to show you that right now. Follow me. Now you know the secret manifestation isn't about chasing, it's about letting go. To lock this in, type, "It just happens when I allow it to move." In the comments, declare it, feel it, and let it be final. Don't chase anything right now. That's the first step. You may not be aware of it, but you've been in the "I need this to happen" mode, which is holding you back. You're making it more likely that it's not here every time you ask yourself, "Where is it?" Or, "Why isn't it here yet?" And the truth is that you wouldn't be looking for it if you already had it. How would you feel if it was already done? Are you going to be worried? Not at all. Would you check all the time? Not at all. Would you have doubts? Not at all. You'd feel calm, sure, and confident, and that's the energy that makes it happen. When you stop looking for proof, don't wait, and don't look for signs, you step into the energy of already having it, and that's the energy that effortlessly pulls it toward you. Do not look for it, do not wait for it, and do not ask when it will come from now on. Instead, move into the energy of knowing. As soon as you do that, things start to change. Okay, I'll show you how to stay here without going back to doubt. Follow me. After the second step, which is to stay in the state of already having it without giving up, you will no longer be chasing it. At first, you might feel confident and like, "Okay, I've got this." But this is where most people go wrong. I know it's already mine. But after a few hours, a day, or even 2, that little voice starts to ask, "Wait, where is it?" That's the test. That moment. Everything you've done is lost as soon as you start looking, doubting, and checking again. You quickly return to the feeling of not having it. How can you make sure that doesn't happen? It's okay for you to not know when or how it will happen. That needs to be read again, because this is where the real change takes place. For the most part, people can guess for a moment, but they can't give up the when or the how. But if you can, you can't be stopped, because the moment you stop worrying about when it will happen is the moment you show the world that you already have it. And when you're not looking for signs, chasing them, or waiting for them, they will show up. From now on, when doubt comes up, don't do anything. Allow it to go. Leave it alone. When you can sit in that space without reacting, forcing, or needing, you enter a state of effortless receiving. Then things start to come your way. Now let's talk about the last step, which will keep this in place for good. Follow me. Step 3. You've already done the first 2 most important things. In the first place, you're no longer chasing, you're not waiting, searching, or hoping. 2. You stayed in the state. You learned how to be in doubt without altering the energy of having it. The last thing to do is to lock it in and let it flow. The most important thing is to be okay with the silence before the manifestation. This is where most people fail, because as soon as they stop chasing and start to know, they expect things to change right away. They say, "Okay, I'm doing everything right, so where is it?" And just the thought of it makes them wait again. But you need to know this. There is always a time lag between what people think and what they actually see. There is no delay in that gap. It's just alignment. There is no test in reality. It is just adjusting to fit your new state. In this last step, all you have to do is keep living your life, stay calm, and don't worry about it. Because when you can hold that energy, when you can sit in silence without trying to make something happen, it will. Also, it will not only come, but it will come in a way that feels natural, easy, and even better than you thought it would be. From now on, Don't do anything when doubt or impatience comes up. It's not that you don't care, but because you already know it's done. You won't have to chase anything else after that. Everything you want will come after you. Now you know that manifestation isn't about doing more, it's about letting go. Everything works out when you stop looking, checking, and waiting. You do not need to force it, beg for signs, or wonder when or how it will happen. When you truly believe that you already have it, your reality will start to change to match it. Now it's your turn. You can keep dwelling on things, doubting them, and waiting, or you can do the one thing that will make everything different: nothing. To lock this in, declare it, feel it, and let it be final, I want you to type "I let go and it flows" in the comments. And if this video spoke to you, like it, subscribe to it, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all.